Hello, everyone. This is Karen Edwards with Roofers Coffee Shop, and we're coming to you live from the FRSA Expo in Daytona Beach. And I'm really excited to be joined by the team from Sunoptics, Michael Felan and Grant Grable.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell me what you guys do at the company.
Well, I'm the DSM representative for Sunoptics. I cover from Texas all the way here to Florida and to the Carolinas, and I also cover international. So that's basically what I do, is work with distributors and agents, both internationally and here in the U.S., and recruit a lot of roofers and things like that.
Okay,
And
wonderful.
I'm Vice President of Business Development for the company, so
You're
I
his
do
boss?
other things that he doesn't do. Yes.
Okay, so Sunoptics is kind of new to Roofers Coffee Shop. We're so glad that you're here.
Yeah.
And I need to know more about what you do.
Well, Sunoptics, we are a skylight manufacturer, but we're actually 45 years ago, coming up in 2023, created the first prismatic plastic skylight. And really, our whole premise is around energy efficiency. In fact, the original statement for the business was for an energy independent America through daylighting. And daylighting and what we focus on is top lighting through the roof. And so when you go back in time and you really look at it, our focus has always been on energy efficiency through skylights. And the thing is skylights don't save any energy at all. In fact, they're a problem for energy. It's lighting control. But it's passive solar. And so if you integrate lighting control with the right skylight that actually can properly diffuse and disperse light for the most amount of hours, you can actually create something that's more about solar and energy efficiency and actually produces productivity. So we're also the only manufacturer in North America that makes our own plastics as well. So we extrude our plastic, we form our plastic, we do all the manufacturing. And so from a quality perspective, tremendous difference than others. There's a lot of imitators today, especially around prismatic, but we're the original innovator of the market.
Explain prismatic to me.
So prisms, with a prism, and we literally lay it into a piece of plastic with a roll, is something that is embossing onto the plastic that immediately creates diffusion without having to add colorant. So in a typical white bubble skylight, which is pretty common in the commercial area, they have to add colorant into it to get the diffusion of the light. But by adding, the more colorant you add, the less light you have coming through it. So it allows us to maximize our visible transmission while keeping 100% diffusion, and that's the key. Is these are wireless light fixtures where you can put a roof to work, shut off the electric lights, and at per square foot, a lot less expensive than even active solar. But we're doing a lot of that today too in combination, because the two, passive and active solars, are great tandem.
Yeah, it seems like that's really growing. You're seeing it more and more. I know a lot of large commercial warehouses, they really like to take care of or take advantage of that, the light.
It really, we're sitting in here now, and I know we have a little bit of light backing us up, but for the most part, there's really no need for any electric light in this building right now because of the amount of light that's around us. And outside on a clear day, you have 10,000 foot candles of light, just a measurement of light, and yet the average warehouse needs 30 foot candles. So we only need a small percentage of the roof to be able to bring in light for as much as 8 to 10 hours per day, replacing all the electric light need. And then, in markets where you have different things, like we're in hurricane zone right here in Florida today.
Yeah.
We have high velocity hurricane zone ratings for both the Florida Building Code as well as the Miami-Dade NOA. So we take care of all the things you need from that roofing perspective. It's why we're the used product for many large retailers, people with large warehouse, people that develop and build warehouses, even manufacturers, and a host is really focused.
So they'd have to be hail resistant, of course,
Yeah,
especially in hail-prone areas.
Yeah.
So do they have any ratings, or how do you test that out?
It's called, so the highest rating is Class 4, and we have Class 4 ratings on ours, and it's a 2-inch hail ball. So they fire it out of a gun, and we have even videos of how all that is done.
Yeah.
But we even go to the point of many times when we meet with customers, I actually did one with a very large customer last week. We take a little version of the skylight and a 3-pound sledgehammer and just hit it as much as you want, hard as you can.
Have you done that?
Yes, sure have. Yeah, definitely have.
I
Gotta
bet
be careful sometimes.
I bet people are really impressed when that happens. Wow. Okay, so if I'm a contractor and I want to learn more about installing your products, how do I get started?
Well, a host of ways. I mean, if you're here in the South and Southeast, I mean, obviously, Michael Felan is our daylighting sales manager. There's a lot of information we have on Sunoptics.com, but reaching out to us, and we work with contractors all over the country and actually internationally installing our systems that are out there.
So tell me a little bit about, one, do you know your booth number here? I know.
918.
918. If I'm coming to the show, because this is day one, we still have tomorrow and Friday, what could someone expect to see and experience at your booth?
You want to do that?
Yes, but definitely we do have our signature model displayed there at the booth, and we also feature, especially for this area, our Easy Curb, which is a metal type skylight. So a lot of that, and we've even had some opportunities that came even today when people on our what we call our Light Flex. That's a different type of a model of skylight. We do have a good portfolio of skylights that we do offer, from our regular signature series to our smoke vents, and like I just mentioned, the Easy Curb and things like that. So
plus we can show you a difference of what a prism is and prismatic, and see that.
I'll have to stop by and take a look at that.
For sure.
I'm curious, are you seeing retrofits with skylights?
Yeah, a lot. Actually, it's been the majority. And what's so again, we're in our coming into our 45th year. A skylight has somewhere longevity around what a roof is. Many times people, though, the skylight's still out there. But most of the time when people are doing retrofit a roof is the time to either include new skylights or to retrofit the existing. So yes, it's probably 50% of the business today is retrofit. Yeah.
Okay. Anytime you put anything through the roof, there's always a concern.
Yeah.
Because you don't want water penetration in. So how do you make sure that it's sealed?
What's nice about how we make, so first of all, when you have a roof, and I've even in the back, I always joke and say, I've held a Leicester before, I've welded TPO. I mean, when you're in the skylight business, kind of like if you play football, you're a knee doctor too.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's flashing in corners and that sort of thing, but if you have water coming down the inside face of the curb, you have a skylight issue. If water's coming in just at the base of where the penetration is, which roof consultants actually they like to know when water's actually coming through the membrane, because if they don't have that, it just builds up and creates stress on the deck and can cause problems. But we have all sorts of things with foam curb seals. We even have a weather sweep that's designed to set up against the edge of the curb after a finished and flash curb. In fact, the preferred way to flash in is actually bring the membrane all the way to the top, finish it at the top of the curb, and then our dome goes on top. So a lot of that is just through the instruction and working with different roofers. And again, I've been around daylighting for 25 years and been around roofing with that. And roofs leak.
Yeah.
Skylights are often blamed for it, but many times it's flashing details. So we address all that as well.
So you do provide some training and support.
Absolutely.
If someone's going to do it for the first job, you don't leave them hanging out there.
Roofers are very smart when it comes to that world. It's really the flashing details when you get done with it, but we have all sorts of different instructions. One of the things that, as we're talking about this in the Roofers Coffee Shop, a lot of times a skylight is just pushed on and heavily screwed in. All skylights, and I won't even, not just ours, it's not meant to be as tight as a Tupperware top. So when you're putting it on, you want to center it around, and then you want it to just be snug from both sides, and make sure that you have the fastener in deep enough, but not over tightened, because that actually causes more problems than anything else, is the over tightening of it. So a lot of those things that we help, and we even have videos on installation, that piece.
On your website?
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent. So, wow, thank you so much. I learned a lot about daylighting, as we call it, and Sunoptics, and encourage everyone to please stop by and visit their booth and visit the website too.
Yeah. If I could add one last thing real quick. The one thing that I want to really put out is there's a lot of new incentives that a lot of roofers and people in our industry don't know right now. Energy Performance Act of 2006, they had a 60 cent per square foot where you can do a tax rebate for roofing, HVAC, and for lighting. And you can do all of that through the roof by including things like reflective roofing systems, how they affect the HVAC, as well as what daylighting can add to it. You can get as much as $1.80 per square foot, and that's the entire roof. Wow. And that was made by Congress in law in 2021. So it's permanent IRS code. So one other thing we can do is we're kind of subject matter experts in the world, and we do understand roofing. So if you're looking for a partner around daylighting and skylights, but also could help you get greater opportunities around tax incentives that would even help you with just your roofing projects, come see us at booth 918 or reach out to us.
Yeah, I did not know that. So this is good information. And yeah, contractors, visit them. Definitely. Well, thank you guys for stopping by. And if you want to learn more about Sunoptics, visit their booth, visit their directory on Roofers Coffee Shop, or visit their website. There's a lot of great information out there. So thank you everybody for watching. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You want to ring that bell so you know when we go live and you won't miss any of our upcoming interviews. Bye.